Very good evening, Ravi here. I know I couldn't do a video yesterday night. I think I had to go out and then couldn't get time. But nice to meet you again through this video. And what I'll do is I'll quickly start with what happened today. So let me share my screen. All right. So I definitely traded today, Nifty. I have traded both today's expiry and also next week's expiry. In fact, I also had put one paper trade, but then while that was a paper trade, but I also did my own trade, one account, prop account. I did the combination of for this week and the next week, and the other account Jiruda, I predominantly did this week's expiry. I think both did quite well, but let's look at what happened in the market today, right? So I know, I think somebody, so these are all the lines that I drew last week. So this last week, these lines were drawn. One thing is definitely there is all-time high here, which was actually formed yesterday. So the assumption is it will not cross above that. And the second one is there was a line that I drew, I think yesterday day before when I saw the video, if you had seen the video. That one also one more horizontal line here, which is about 26026. So this is basically the previous high here. And also we had one high here. I think so we had this double top here, right? So my belief is it will not cross below that, which actually I think did happen. So and also this is the expiry deadline. So I think predominantly it worked very well, but then I have exited the current week expiry probably somewhere at about 2:15 or so. I did not really wait for too long. So that's all. I think overall a great day, but I know this is done and dusted. But then on that note, I wanted to show you something which probably would be a lot more interested. Let me get rid of this indicator right now. So if you look at this, right, so I think this is where probably some bit of a, I would say, manipulation analysis can somebody do, right? So here, if you look at the HDFC, the biggest candle in the, if you look at first 5 minutes, this is going to be a lot more revealing. First 5 minutes, if you see, there is a very big this candle. So usually when you have these massive candles, these usually happen on the expiry days. So if you look at the other days, there are candles, but then the volume is quite low, right? So these, what happens, somebody wants to move the index, they will use this one and then they will immediately dump, and then again they will again buy here, and then eventually they dump. And then eventually this is where which happened in the last penultimate hours, last hours rather. I think today definitely HDFC. I don't think yeah, Reliance again, it's a similar kind of a story. There was a massive buying in the Reliance in the first 5 minutes, and then eventually that was sold off. If you are able to really find out what kind of candle, the suppose if it is a red candle here, there is a high probability that it's going to sell, right? So it's going to go up and then come down. So one of those things can happen. This is again a heuristic. I can't say that it's going to be what is say 100% true, but then some of these things would definitely happen in the markets. So now let's go back to CPR classification. So weekly, let's look at weekly. Weekly, we have a couple of CPRs which are 1 second. So I'm seeing the comments here. I'll come back to the comments in a moment. Let me complete this. So we have a couple of stocks which are on the weekly CPR, which is Axis Bank. I did trade on Bajaj Auto. If time permits, I will actually show my trade. Again, not a buy or sell recommendation, but use your own analysis. And Infi, none of the other stocks I traded. Again, Bajaj Auto, I picked up. The main reason was there were sales forecasts that happened yesterday, right? So in fact, before that, I did look at Vahan dashboard. I think one of you asked in the Twitter. The best way to look at this is if you go to Vahan dashboard. you can actually see here, you will be able to see what are the sales that are happening for each. In fact, you need to go down here. So one easiest option is you copy paste this data and put it in an Excel sheet and do your analytics. And also you can do for October and then November, so on and so forth. But then I use scraping, so it's not required for me to do it manually. So when I run the program, it automatically picks up any year and then any month. So that's where life will become a lot more easy. So once you do this, once you have this data, you can pretty much play around with the data. I have tweeted yesterday on the data, so you can have a look at it then and see how that's going to be helpful. All right, so now coming back to CPR, right? So as I said, I took a trade on Bajaj Auto. Let's look at, I think, yeah, here, let's not have here. All right, so if you have Bajaj Auto, CPR, as I said, it's a narrow CPR, right? So suppose if you go to 1 hour, it's a weekly narrow CPR. Probably this is, 1 second, I need to go kite. All right, so if you go here, yeah, not 1 day. If you put 1 hour, you'll get the. So this is no, this is not Bajaj Auto. All right, I think we got Bajaj Auto. Let's look at. Yeah, this is narrow CPR right now. So as of now, this is okay. It's actually went down and then came back, but then I'm expecting this going to either play around or take some direction. So this was the trade that I took on. I mean, in fact, yesterday only, not very far. So that gave me some money, but then I mean, these things you need to be a little bit careful. So not that every time it's going to work. So that somebody needs to be very careful. We can also see the combined. What are the stocks that have both the combined weekly and then monthly. So maybe I'll start with daily. So daily for tomorrow, it's actually today's date, right? So for tomorrow, you can see Asian Paint, Dr. Reddy's, Asian Motors, Grasim, Infosys, JSW Steel, Kotak Bank, and L&T, NTPC, Tata Steel. These are all the stocks that are going to be narrow CPR for tomorrow, not today. Yeah, I think I refreshed the data. So have a look at it them. Again, it's not a buy or sell recommendation, so you need to be careful. Let's look at open interest. So I have applied AI Insights just before this, and obviously Sensex. This is not Sensex, I think, right? Yeah, this is Sensex. Sorry. So Sensex, we have a good amount of resistance at about 86,000. So that we need to be careful. And then as of now, it says strong bullish in the current expiry, and we have a support at about 83,000 and then 84,500. Key resistance is about 86,000, 88,000. So somebody, obviously these two lines it is showing anyway. There is a declining in the open interest, which is on the for the future expiries, but generally Sensex anyway future expiries are not widely traded, so that's very important for you to definitely know. I think as of now, this particular thing would act like a absolute resistance, so just be aware of that. So right now, let's again go back to Sensex. Okay, 1 second. I don't think I forgot to renew this Sensex, but that's all right. We'll use the free version. Now it's off market hours, so all right. So suppose if it takes Sensex here, so I think this would definitely act like a massive resistance. I'm not expecting this is going to reach there. So 86,162. So my plan is. So tomorrow anyway, the CPR is going to be little. I don't think it's narrow. It's a little wider. So I think any of these CPR breaks, we'll be able to really catch that momentum and then see what's going to happen. So as of now, I would think Sensex is going to be between 86,000, which is obviously the recent high, 86,000 rather. So this did not really sustain yesterday. This in fact fell down quite drastically, and then it stopped here. But I'm not expecting there's going to be a massive fall today. The reason is if you go to Nifty, it's going to tell us a story. Where is, here you go. So if you go to, let's say, 1-day chart. So we had, to be honest, 4 back-to-back rates. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. While you have this massive green candle last Wednesday. So I think tomorrow is going to be very interesting. Again, tomorrow my prediction is it's going to be green candle at least wherever it opens. Maybe it's going to go up. Let's see what's going to happen. But right now, I'm not expecting market to fall too much. The reason is there is a SBI rate cut decision on I think on Thursday, December 5th, I believe. And again, looking at the GDP data, I'm mostly positive, not positive. I'm mostly certain that RBI will not do much of a rate cut, so it doesn't really make sense. Even if it does, it's going to be 0.25%, not more than that. But as of now, my view is there is not going to be rate cut, but let's see. And if it is there, it's going to be 0.25, not beyond that. The reason is when GDP is higher, which means that the economy is doing quite good, and with the current interest rates, so there is no meaning in really reducing them further. I think that's on the forecast, and as of now, I do have some positions. So what I'll do is I'll quickly show one Bajaj Auto position, right? So again, this is not a buy or sell thing. So this is the position. So my view is obviously is a bearish one. So I started with this, and assumption is if it falls, I'm going to gain good money. If it doesn't fall, I think that's all right. So I have some what do you say? This one PE also is there. Where is the PE? This PE 8600 PE. So this is there. And then max loss is about 8.07 lakhs, and obviously I'll not let that happen. In case if I have to take losses, I will probably wait till one of these bars to break, and then probably take some loss. But I'll not go beyond. Maybe for this trade, I'll probably take about a loss of about 60,000, not 60 lakhs. And then that's all. I'll stop with that. I think from the, let's say, as we are here, let's look at the stock market calendar as well. We do have RBI rate cut, as I said, and then there is a Fed interest rate cut, so that is also going to come. And then I think these will not make any any difference to Indian market. So industrial production, I don't think there's going to be any much of a difference. So tomorrow, I'm guessing if not a gap up, at least it's going to be green because we have 4 back-to-back rates, and then let's see. I think let's also look at ATH analysis. I have 1 second. Okay, not this one. Maybe I think it's probably. So I'm running too many programs, so even I'm getting confused. All right, so we got the ATH data. So this is, in fact, I refreshed the data, so there is nothing to worry. So I think I know there is a lot of argument. I mean, when I posted that Nifty is not at ATH, somebody said that it is actually ATH, but officially it is not ATH. The reason is Nifty has to close above this 216.05 in a day, so which did not happen. So I think the last time it was 26214, if I remember correctly, 214.50 or whatever. So it's not fully closed, so that is still there. The weight is still on. So as of now, it says we are 432 days after the ATH. And also, I did share this earlier. Usually, whenever there is an ATH, there is a drawdown. So that is you need to be aware. And let's look at let's go with the cards and then see. So we have a couple of stocks that are at the very close to ATH, starting with the Hero Motor Corp, which is little below the ATH, and we have Nifty, obviously. and then Bank Nifty little below 80H, and then we have Sensex very close to 80H. We have M&M and then Maruti. If you go down, we will mostly see trend, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we have Tata Motors data is not right because there was a demerger. So as of now, IndusInd Bank, Trent, Adani, and then TCS, they are pretty much bottom at the 80H. So all-time high rate. I think I do have 52-week high analysis also. So these are all 52-week, and I did not have the cards here. But anyway, this data you can get from anywhere, but I thought I will quickly show you this as well. All right, I think Sensex is also a similar story. This also did not close below this number. So that's the reason you still see that there is some gap. Again, I think Sensex is not very far. It's 85138 and then 853836. So it's, I think, about how much? About maybe 600 points. So it's not very far. Maybe I hope either tomorrow or day after it will close in the 80H. At least some satisfaction saying that the stocks actually reached some good levels. All right, so I think that's all from my end, but let me take some very quick questions. Let me move this to my other window so that I can see you. Oops. I will stop. Yeah, all right, so let me take some questions. So are you an option buyer? Yeah, I mean, I do mainly option selling, but not buying. I do buying in case if I'm very clear on the direction, but otherwise no. Crude 15 minutes. No, crude I do not treat. So the reason I choose to stay away from the commodities is I do not want the life to get disturbed after 8:30 p.m. Sorry, 3:30 p.m. That's the only reason. And I do not do crypto as well. So and then do you trade options? I do both. I do investing and also option selling, buying everything. And, have you stopped it? So intraday I do. As I said, I done in my prop account and also Jiroda, and also I did on first stock as well. So all right, I think that's all. So I am not sharing the PNL nowadays. The reason is there are a lot of issues and challenges. So that's the reason I stopped sharing. Otherwise, there is no other specific reason, and then it's unnecessary noise. And also, more so, what I felt was when somebody sees this PNL, they also unnecessarily get attracted and then get into too much of a losses. Unless somebody got stronger education, I would not expect them to really get onto options trading. I know I do myself, but then I would not advise a lot of people to get into the trade until unless they have the good expertise in what they're doing. It's like I would actually even relate to what is option trading is like becoming a pilot of airplane, right? So you'll have to get trained very well so that you will actually will be able to handle a big flight. Otherwise, it will collapse and then it's going to cause a lot of damage. So I mean, just do not enter, buy and sell. That's not the thing. There is a lot of art and science in the options anyway. All right, so I think that's all from my end. I do not trade in the crude, unfortunately, and I'm not planning to trade as well. So that's all. Have a great remaining day, and then I'll try to come online. Maybe I'll fix up a time either 9:30, and then I hope some of you will be able to join, and let's see how it goes. Have a great remaining day. Thanks all of you for joining. Much appreciated. Bye bye.